Depleted soil, not the recent dry weather, is to blame for Farmer Jones's bad crop this year, since he has failed to rotate his planting in the past several years. His neighbor Farmer Brown has been enduring the same dry weather conditions, but his crop yield is higher this year than last, while Farmer Jones's has decreased. So the argument to the left is most called into the question by which of the following? So we need to weaken the argument. So the argument is that Farmer Jones has a worse crop this year, and it is because he's failed to rotate his planting. The evidence for this is that his neighbor Farmer Brown is the same. So we either need to weaken the connection between failing to rotate the crops and the result, or weaken the evidence by saying that that really isn't useful for us. So A, Farmer Jones has a very unhealthy looking lawn. Well, if there's been dry weather, that seems plausible, and people don't actually do crop rotation on their lawn, so that's outside the scope. B, Farmer Brown has a grain elevator on his property, while Farmer Jones must pay to store his grain in an off-site grain elevator. Well, they both have grain elevators, and so this shouldn't affect the quality of the crops. Clearly, Farmer Jones has to pay extra money, but we're not talking about revenue, we're talking about crop yield, so that's outside the scope. C, the county in which Farmer Jones's and Farmer Brown's farms are located has had 40% less rain this summer than usual. The passage does already tell us that there's been recent dry weather, so we can eliminate C. That just gives us it quantifies that recent dry weather. Choice D, Farmer Brown and Farmer Jones grow different kinds of crops. So this actually undermines the evidence. The evidence used to decide that Farmer Brown's crop rotation, or lack thereof, is at fault is based on the fact that Farmer Jones's lack of crop rotation being at fault is based on a comparison to Farmer Brown. If Farmer Brown grows different crops, he or she is no longer as valid a comparison and is not as good evidence that the Farmer Jones's crop rotation is the problem. So this is really tempting. Let's check E. Farmer Jones uses a kind of fertilizer that is supposed to be less toxic than traditional fertilizers. So this would be a reason why his crop yield should have been higher if it's less toxic. So, this certainly makes it stranger that Farmer Jones has had a bad crop year, but it doesn't weaken the argument that it's because of crop rotation. So choice E is not it, and choice D is.